Welcome again, guys, to another one of my mathematics sessions. In this session, we will be looking at composite functions. Now, let's say we have three functions, f of x, g of x, and h of x, and they are defined as follows. F of x is equal to x plus 2. G of x is equal to 5x, and h of x is equal to 4 plus x. Now, let's interpret what these functions are telling us to do. F of x is telling us to take our x values, which we will find in our domain, and we add 2 to each of those values to figure out what those values map onto in the range. For g of x, it is telling us to take each one of those x values and multiply it by 5. For h of x, it is telling us to take those domain values or x values and add 4 to it. Now, let's do a quick review on how to find your range elements given your function and your domain elements. Now, let's say we have our domain as 2, 3, 4, and 5. So those are the elements of our domain, and we want to find what each one of those elements map onto in our range. So our function for f is x plus 2. So we're going to write x plus 2 here. And we are going to take each one of these x values or domain values and add 2 to it. That is what this function is telling us to do. So the first domain value 2 is going to map onto 2 plus 2 to give us 4. Our second domain element 3, we must add 2 to it to figure out what our range value is. So that is going to give us 5. Here it's going to give us 4 plus 2, 6, and 5 plus 2, 7. Now, in functional notation, what you are going to see is f of 2 is equal to 4. You are going to see f of 3 is equal to 5, f of 4 is equal to 6, and f of 5 is equal to 7. What this simply means is that these values in the brackets here can be found in our domain, and these solutions on this side can be found in our range. So let's say they had asked us to find f of 10. What we would do is take that 10, which we know we can find in our domain, and simply add it to 2, because this 10 is telling us that x is equal to 10. So we are going to substitute 10 for x, and it is going to become 10 plus 2. So I'm going to get 10 plus 2, which is going to give us 12. Now, in composite functions, what you are going to meet is working with 2 or more functions at the same time. So you are going to see something like this. F of g of x. Now, here it is telling us to take g of x and put it into the function f. Remember when we had this here, 10, f of 10, we took 10 and we put it into the function f by simply replacing x with 10. Now, in composite functions, for example, this one here, f of g of x, you are going to take g of x and you are going to put it into f by replacing x with g of x. So let's have a look at this one. So we are putting g of x into f. So we are going to write out the function f, and we know f of x, which is our function f, is x plus 2. Now we are going to take our x and replace it with the entire function g of x. So we will get, let me write f of g of x here, and that is going to be, we know g of x is 5x. So wherever we see x in the function f, we are going to be replacing it with 5x. So it's going to be 5x here, and then we put back our plus 2. And that's it there. That's how we find our composite function f of g of x. Let's have a look at another one. Let's say we want to find g of h of x. What this is telling us to do is take h of x and put it into our function g. So we are starting off with our function g. We know our function g is 5x, so I'm going to write g of x is 5x, and we will be taking out that x and replacing it with our entire function h of x. Here is h of x, so g of h of x is going to give us 5 multiplied by 4 plus x. Why did we multiply? Remember, 5x means 5 multiplied by x. So if we are replacing x with something else, we need to still multiply that 5 by whatever we are replacing it with. So we can simplify this. We are going to get 5 multiplied by 4 and 5 multiplied by x. 5 by 4, 20, plus 5 multiplied by x is going to give us 5x. And that's the simplified form of the function g of h of x. Let's have a look at one more. Let's say we wanted to find h of f of x. So what they are telling us to do is take the function f of x and put it into the function h. So we are starting off with h. So it's going to be h of x is going to be 4 plus x. Now we are replacing this x with the function f of x. Here is our function f of x. It's x plus 2. So we will write 4 plus x plus 2. Right? Remember, our function f is x plus 2. So we have taken out x and replaced it with x plus 2. So we can simplify this. Let me just write here h of f of x. And in order to simplify this, we can add our 4 and we can add our 2. So we are going to get 6 plus x. And that's it there. That's how you go about computing or simplifying composite functions.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of my videos.